Jey Uso's rise to becoming the 2025 Royal Rumble winner is not just a victory story, but a deep emotional chapter in the long and painful saga of the Bloodline, where loyalty was tested, love was twisted into control, and trust became the ultimate weapon against Roman Reigns. For years, Roman ruled WWE as the tribal chief, demanding acknowledgement and obedience from everyone, especially his own family, and Jey Uso was the first to truly feel the weight of that crown. Jey was broken mentally and physically under Roman's leadership, forced to choose between his own soul and his family, and again, Jey bent the knee, not because he wanted power, but because he wanted peace within the Bloodline. Roman believed that fear equaled loyalty and that Jey was permanently under his influence. But what Roman never understood was that Jey was learning, watching, and waiting. Every command, every humiliation, every forced decision became a lesson Jey carried with him quietly. As time passed, Jey began to change, not loudly, not violently, but internally. He smiled when Roman demanded it. He stood beside him when ordered, and he defended the tribal chief when the world doubted him, all while building something far more dangerous than rebellion. Patience. Roman saw Jey as someone he had already conquered, someone whose spirit had been crushed forever, and that false sense of security became Roman's biggest weakness. Jey wasn't planning revenge, he was planning freedom, and the Royal Rumble in 2025 became the perfect stage for it. Entering the Royal Rumble match, Jey Uso wasn't the obvious favorite. He wasn't the biggest, strongest, or most protected superstar, but he was the most motivated. Every elimination felt personal, every survival moment reminded fans of the pain he endured under Roman's shadow. And as the match went on, Jey showed a different side of himself, smarter, calmer, more ruthless when needed, and more resilient than ever before. And when the final moment arrived, Jey Uso stood tall, eliminating the last opponent and winning the 2025 Royal Rumble. The arena exploded, not just because of the win, but because everyone understood what it meant. Jey had earned a guaranteed path to Roman Reigns. The real shock came after Roman Reigns reacted with pride, not fear. Roman smiled, believing this was proof of his leadership, that he had built Jey into a weapon. Roman thought Jey would choose him, would protect the Bloodline one last time. But Jey had already made his choice long ago when the cameras were off. And the pain was real. Jey played his role perfectly, showing respect, speaking softly, and standing close, just like the old days. And Roman believed it all, every word, every gesture, every nod of acknowledgement. The trick was never loud, it was subtle. Jey used Roman's arrogance against him. Roman never considered that Jey could outthink him, because Roman only valued strength and dominance, not emotional intelligence or patience. And when Jey finally made his intentions clear, it wasn't with anger, it was with clarity. Jey didn't scream, he didn't beg, he didn't hesitate, he simply chose himself. And that choice cut deeper than any betrayal Roman had faced before, because it came from the one man he thought he owned. Jey Uso's Royal Rumble win symbolized more than a championship opportunity. It symbolized the end of Roman's absolute control. The Bloodline was no longer built on fear, and Jey was no longer a pawn. He was a leader in his own right, someone who survived manipulation and turned it into purpose. Roman Reigns didn't just lose trust, he lost his illusion of invincibility, because Jey Uso proved that the most dangerous opponent isn't the loudest one, it's the one who learns in silence. By tricking Roman Reigns, Jey didn't become a villain, he became free, and the road to WrestleMania now carries a story of family broken, rebuilt, and finally confronted. Jey Uso didn't just win the Royal Rumble in 2025, he rewrote his destiny and showed the world that even the tribal chief can be outplayed when he underestimates the heart of the man he once controlled.